Hey y'all, so we are back for another episode of Star. This is episode 12, Dreamers. Let me tell y'all something. I'm over this shit. Like, I know I already said this in the last video, but I really am over this shit. But you know what? We ain't gonna fuss about it. Let's just get on with this episode. So we start the episode off with Angel, performing. I'm just like, why? And we get a quick flashback of this lady who I'm guessing is his mother, who's in this jail cell, who turns out to be this Dominican immigrant who ended up getting beaten the shit out of her by this cop that was holding her in. So at that point, I'm sitting here like, okay, this is going to tie into what we're going to learn about Angel real soon. Because the previews on YouTube already ruined it for us, so that would have been a fucked up shocker to find out, but that's still fucked up. But, child, it is what it is. So, and I do appreciate how much this show really gets into so much of like the real issues that's going on in our country today. So, it's nice to know that with the show with this many fuck shit going on in one damn setting, it's nice to get some social clarity and start addressing some of these damn issues we got. Okay? Alright. So with that being said, moving on from that, we get with Carlotta, who's already working underway into getting her home all fixed up since the neighborhood came together, pitched in to help rebuild the bitch, and that's what's up. And then come to find out that her and Maurice are practically, flirting with each other, and that she's been staying over at his place over the last couple of nights. So I'm just sitting here like, really, Carlotta, you gonna go after this man after he practically had y'all back after Ayana's daddy literally tried to sell y'all out into not having a tour? And he didn't have y'all's back, and now you're back in his house fucking him? Come on, girl. I guess it wouldn't be me. It really wouldn't be me. It really wouldn't have. But anywho, so later we get Star and the girls, and come to find out, her and Carlotta find out that Simone is married. And who does she get married to? She gets married to Angel. My reaction was just like Carlotta's, because it's like, how you going? You know what? We're going to get to that in a minute. Because I'm going to hop on their asses in 1 second. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to get their asses. But just wait a minute. We're going to get to that later. So, in the midst of all that, in comes Arlene's sister, who turns out to be named Charlene. She's looking for Star, trying to figure out who killed her sister. And Star's like, I don't know. But bitch, we already know you know who it was. It was your damn daddy, bitch. It was your damn daddy. He done killed the bitch doing not only the show, but the viewers a damn favor. And now you got her sister looking for her, or at least looking for her killer. And it's just a lot, okay? It's a lot. It's a lot. So meanwhile, with Charlene's announcement already broadcasted on television and all of the commercials, Brody and Jahil, Hahil is already shook as fuck, because Hahil is worried that Brody's fuck up with killing Arlene is gonna ruin his last chances of being relevant on the show. With that in his mind, he's already pissed at Brody, and Brody's doesn't give a care in the world because he knew what he did was right, and I do not blame Brody for what he did because at the end of the day, he did the right thing. Because hey, here, let me tell you something. You better be thankful that Brody killed that bitch for y'all asses, because had he kept her alive, bitch, your chances of relevancy in this show would have still been fucked up had Arlene still been alive. So be grateful that the bitch is dead, because she really could have came for your throat. Okay, she really would have came for your throat after the shit that you two have going for each other. Especially since Hunter was your nephew. Bitch, you better be glad. You better be glad, bitch. So then we get motherfucking Quavo. And he's in the motherfucking studio performing and shit. And then Noah comes in and he lets him know that he's on the label. He's still on the other team's label, and that, you know, he's in town and that he's already in talks about being on the tour. Which leads up to our next scene where we have everybody still arguing about the whole Angel and Simone getting married situation. I don't blame not a single one of them for getting mad about that shit, and I will save my anger for that shit later. But then we get this lady named Miss Desmond, who is one of the promoters for the tour that they were planning, and she comes in with some bad news, letting everybody know that the tour ain't happening. Why? Because Noah is an emotional wreck who's just a complete liability to this entire plan, and his reckless drinking and abnormal behavior is only going to fuck everything up of them even having a sold out tour without any issues going on. And then of course Take 3 isn't really good enough to kind of fill in the room at this point, so we thought. And this gets pretty much most people in their feelings until Star comes up with the decent plan. And I actually appreciate her for being smart in this episode, because she comes out saying that she thinks that they need to go ahead and open up Quavo for the tour as a headliner, to go ahead and start selling out the show so that the tour can continue on. And it was a cute idea, because you're gonna need a major celebrity to kind of headline a tour when the original artist is incapable of opening the tour. You're gonna need somebody who's a major starlet to kind of make that happen. So at that point, Noah gets in his feelings, and they did a close up on his ugly ass, angry face, and I'm like, girl, get the fuck over it. Get the fuck. Oh, there is something in my eye. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Like, okay. Whatever. Get over it. So all the artists are pretty much on board with Star's plan. Then he confronts Star because in his mind he thinks that the reason why she came up with that idea was because she's trying to get back at him for the whole situation between him and Alex. But that's really not the case. She's more focused on getting this tour back together so that she can help promote her girls, so that Take 3 can get the upbringing that they so rightfully deserve. She's thinking about her teammates and her music for once. And you're out here still thinking about yourself because you and your fuck ass feelings, and I'm not here for it. You are a childish ass bitch who's only going to get nowhere in life if you keep acting like a small ass baby. Let me stop. So then we get to Hahil Still confronting him about him having feelings for Simone and shit. Like, you do realize that she's an addict, right? Are you really calling someone an addict right now? I said, oh. I mean, that is true. I hear you are a bit of a crackhead. And then Angel's mom comes in, and, it was a very heartfelt moment and shit. It was cute for what it was. So then, we get to Maurice. And Maurice is pretty much recording Quavo performing Lifetime and shit. And then he offers him a position to kind of join the tour so that they can make headlines to kind of get the tour sold out so that it could be just him, since he's already thinking about including Noah onto the tour and having a Noah and Quavo tour, since they both have toured before, but it was with Quavo opening up for Noah back in the day when Noah was popping and shit. And in Maurice's mind, he's like, this could be a good opportunity for y'all to kind of come up with some type of a good leeway tour. And Quavo is on board, but he wants to have some type of proposition where he could just have an introduction, and that introduction was him singing Lifetime with Alex. And I'm just like, fucking course. Because I knew it. I knew he was going to fall for Alex. I knew that shit was finna happen. So then they start singing, and all of a sudden Noah walks in. He starts getting his motherfucking fuck ass feelings again, and he storms out, finds a bottle of liquor or wine or whatever after he tried to find Maurice, and he was about to take that drink until Carlotta steps in, and she's like, the problem with your last tour is that you were drinking, okay? And then there was the drugs, and then it ended real badly after you punched the president of the recording label. Look, I worked my ass off to win that showcase. I'm trying to come up with myself, and every time I try to step up higher, I always end up being less. I always end up being like I'm just not good enough. Well, that ain't an answer. That's just not an answer. And he puts the cup down and he walks off. And I'm like, good boy. So then we get into Star and Brody, where pretty much Star confronts Brody about her wanting to know more about the truth about the origin of her mother's, or at least the story of her mother's death. And she pretty much tries to shake it out of him, but he refuses because he was so afraid and so disturbed by how bad it was. And at first I thought it was really bad, like, bruh, did the bitch kill her? But then I'm like, you know what? It'll be fucked up if she did, but at the find out what really happened, we're gonna get to that. So Angel shows his mom his music or whatever, and it was cute for whatever. And then Simone comes in, and he introduces her as his wife, and then that sparks concern from his mom, as she tells him that Isis is looking for him because his family was never his real family. His brother was not his real. His brother is not his real brother, and that he's really Dominican because his biological father is Dominican. And she tried to hide away from the government and lied to the feds about his brother being, his legal guardian and shit. Excuse me. And at that point, that just led up to the situation that Angel is an undocumented immigrant. And I'm sitting here like, fuck. So now this is where I'm about to hop on Angel and Simone's ass. Because these two got me fucked up. You mean to tell me that not only are you that you are non-documented, you mean to tell me you are a non-documented immigrant and you had the nerve to marry a young drug addict? I knew this was going to be bad from the jump, but I didn't know it was going to be this fucked up, but now it is. Because this is my whole thing. You're going to marry Simone, knowing good goddamn well that you're an immigrant and you don't know her and she don't know you. And y'all just met. And Simone, you're going to marry a guy who's related to the same man who's trying to downplay you and take 3 for the same position that y'all worked y'all asses off for? Girl, I'm need for both y'all to get y'all lives. Like, bitch, I think the fuck not. I think the fuck not. So all the artists pretty much take a photo shoot for promotional purposes for the tour, and Quavo ends up being a bit petty by doing a Snapchat video of him and Alex together, and this quickly gets Noah in his feelings, and he's like, hey yo, cut that shit out, man. And that's when Quavo ends up taunting Noah to the point where he practically almost picks a fight with him after he lets him know, like, look, you might want to stay focused on your girl. He's talking about Star. Because I love having her dipped in chocolate. That struck the nerve in Noah that caused him to punch Quavo, and he don't pull the gun on his ass, and I was like, pull the fucking trigger, please, just Quavo, pull the fucking trigger, because I am so fucking tired of Noah's punk bitch ass. Like, bitch, just pull the fucking trigger, and that shit will make me happy. I know that sounds like I'm coming across as being a heartless bitch, but right now, if there's one thing that y'all are gonna know about me tonight, is that I do not treat people that I do not like with any respect. And the fact that Noah ain't even a real person, so fuck him. He ain't even real. He's just a character played by a nice young chocolate talented black ass man. But his character is disgusting and ugly as hell, and he needs to go. He needs to be gone. Like, bye, be gone, get up out of here. I don't care. So then Carlotta confronts him, and he was mad that, you know, about the whole situation, that he feels like that he's still not good enough, and that he's still making this whole sad ass story about, oh, he'll never be good, he'll never be, you know, that bitch as he was back in the day. But Carlotta had to let him know, boy, you are a star. You are the star. Okay? Midtown needs you. And if you can't shape up, who the fuck will? So later, Brody plans to leave for good, and then he gets a knock on the door to a waiter who done kicked his ass. I said, oh shit. Because let me tell y'all something. At first, if y'all saw my early reviews from this season, y'all would know that I really went in on Brody, because earlier I didn't trust his ass, but as we get further along in this episode, we come to find out that he really was a good man, and that he really was looking out for his family and his daughters. So with that being said, it's like, it's sad to really Like, I actually felt bad for him seeing him get his ass kicked in that one take. I'm like, damn, Big Daniels, why you gotta do Brian like that? Like, do that to Noah. Shit. Made me happy. Made me happy. But, yeah, and I already knew that whole thing was the fact that Charlene found him. I don't know how the fuck she found him, but I think she found out that it was her daddy when she probably overheard her and Cotton's conversation about it earlier after she tried to ask Star if she knew who it was. That's what it was. That's what it was. See, bitches need to be more aware of their surroundings. Ugh! So Simone meets up with Angel, who is upset about what his mom told him, and she tries to help him out and make him feel better about the situation, and he's upset about her lies and bullshit theories and broken promises or whatever. Womp, womp, womp. And I'm just like, listen, Simone, leave this man, let him figure this shit out on his own. You got a chore to prepare for. Go with your girls, okay? Go with Star, okay? Go back to your pen. So, Carlotta then heads to Maury's, planning to get another promoter to sell out the show at the last minute without Quavo, since Quavo pretty much quit the tour after his recent fallout with Noah by having Tape 3 try to sell out the show themselves. And I'm like, girl, okay, we'll see how that goes. So we move on to the studio where Alex finds Quavo, and the girls are pretty much setting their plan into motion as they get Alex to kind of flirt with Quavo for a little bit, just so that they can set him up into posting this little gig out to everyone through Quavo's phone. And I thought that was a cute little trick. So then later on at the gig, while the girls are getting ready, Noah comes in and everybody's worried because he might end up, acting a fool and having another one of his episodes. But that wasn't the case. He ends up on stage, he introduces the girls do their song, the girls do their song or whatever, and it was cute for what it was, but my whole thing was, what the fuck was that on Star's head? What did y'all have Jude out here wearing? Girl, if you don't take them fake, lazy ass, hair braided ponytails off that little girl's head, is this a fucking trend? Is this a trend where y'all have all these women out here wearing all these terrible looking hair? Making them look like that they just... Who the fuck are these hairdressers? Really, who the fuck are these hairdressers? I really want to know who. Like, this shit is disgusting. Like, this shit is a disgrace, okay? It is a disgrace to all hairstyles everywhere, and this is a disgrace to America. And bitches like that needs to apologize right now, okay? So, after the show was successful and whatnot, Miss Denman comes in to let them know that the girls were a hit and that if they keep putting on these original shows and whatever, then they get to move on and have their own special tour, leaving Noah out with nothing since she still believes that he's a liability, which he is, because he's still a drunken mess, and I'm not here for it. So when Simone comes in shaking Star with excitement, this pretty much shakes up some more memories that leads up to what really happened that day. So we finally get to the flashback of what really happened, and we get young Star coming in, seeing her mom all doped up, asking her for some more medicine. So Star gives Mary, her mom, this plate that had a needle and a couple of other morphines in it, and she injects herself with it, and she just drops down and dies. And then Brody comes in, finds her dead and tells Star not to tell anybody about it. And I'm just sitting here like, are you serious? Y'all made it this serious. I mean, it is a fucked up thing, but y'all made it so serious, like it was more than what we thought what really happened to her mom. When it turns out it was exactly what we all thought happened to her since season 1. She died from drugs. That's it. So then we end the episode off with Angel and Simone, and I'm like, why? So he thanks her for what she did for him. She doesn't want him deported, and they start kissing whatever. I'm like, ew. And then we get in the backyard. Carlotta comes in and finds Noah. He's thanking her for stopping him from drinking and being so hard on him, and appreciate how she kind of really helped him a lot throughout his fucked up time in this episode. And he kind of asked her to kind of manage him, and I said, Carlotta, don't do it. Do not manage this boy, because I already know what he's going to do. He's going to use you to get back at the girls so that he can bring up his comeback to get back at the girls through you. Don't do it. Don't do it. And then we lastly get Star calling Brody to confirm what she remembered. Come to find out that Brody is no longer going to be in her worries, because he's strapped up in the bathtub full of water from Charlene, and he pretty much says his last goodbyes to her, and Charlene breaks this cord from a lamp and electrocutes the fuck out of him after she found out that he killed her sister. And I said, damn, oh Brody, like he really did look out for Star. And that was real fucked up. And then what really got me was how she literally was just sitting there crying and apologizing over the phone. Like, damn, that shit really got me. Like, that shit almost had me in tears. But yeah, that was Star, everybody. Y'all tell me how y'all feel about that shit, and I'll see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.